everybody? Welcome back to Let's Be Real Season 2. I'm here with
Ashaya.
And today we're going to be having a big debate on summer versus winter. I'm going to be taking the topic on summer and Ashaya is going to be taking the topic on winter. So, Ashaya, what makes winter better than summer?
For me, one, I just want to say my birthday's in the winter. That's why I like it. I don't like bugs and stuff, and that's when all they start coming out in the summer. I don't really do that. I don't like getting ate up by mosquitoes and stuff like that. I feel like stews and soups and like hot beverages, you can enjoy better in the winter than you can in the summer. It just hit different. And then most of the holidays are in winter. Like the good holidays, they're in winter rather than summer. And you also have cozy atmospheres. You get to like sit by the fire and stuff while the snow is outside and stuff like that. It's just much better than the summer is. Why do you feel like summer is the best?
Well, because, I prefer cold drinks over warm drinks. And I think they hit better. You have more activities to do, even if most holidays aren't in the summer. My birthday's in the summer, so that's a holiday for me. You get to spend time with friends. You could be out longer. And I prefer summer. I prefer the heat, so.
Why do you prefer the heat? The heat, oh my God, the heat, it just makes me so aggravated. I get aggravated quickly in the summer. I just don't like being aggravated. I don't like
I get mad in the cold. Like, imagine waiting 7 a.m. for a bus, and the next thing you know, it's 30 minutes late, and you're over here freezing.
Just make sure you layer up, for real.
Layer up, but like, what if I don't want to layer up because
then you're gonna be sitting there cold.
Yeah, but the body temperature is weird. Like, so if I wear my puffer, right, and I have my hoodie underneath, I start sweating internally, and I hate that feeling.
Well, you won't be doing it for long, but also winter clothing is better than summer clothing, especially since like people our age, they like wearing hoodies and stuff. You can't really wear that in the summer. You'll be hot.
I wear hoodies in the summer.
You're bugging. Hoodies in the summer just don't go together. There's just like you should be burning up wearing that during the summer.
It depends.
What do you mean?
If you have like a thin hoodie, you won't be as hot.
You're still wearing a hoodie during the summer.
Yeah, because it's nice,
What do you mean it's nice? How can you feel the breeze?
Take it off.
So what's the point of wearing it in the first place?
Style.
Whatever. I feel like our sports is better. So I have a picture up here that we're gonna go show that has all the winter sports and stuff like that. If they're gonna show it. So here are some winter sports that we got. We have much more winter sports. You guys have summer sports, to be honest.
Yeah, but all these sports are low-key boring.
Boring?
Yeah.
What summer sports is better than winter sports?
I mean, technically, half of these sports are. you got volleyball, swimming. What else? Surfing. Surfing
you
is
can
fine.
swim during the winter, just indoor swimming.
Yeah, but what's better, swimming indoors or outdoors?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Okay, then.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Okay, then. And then you have, what else? You have surfing, soccer. You have a bunch of different sports. You have football you could be playing in the summer. It's better to play in the heat,
Football I feel like it's better in the winter.
Depends.
Because you get hot, like you're running around and stuff. You get hotter in the summer.
Depends.
Depends on what?
It just depends.
It don't depend on nothing.
Most sports are better to be played in the cold, but they're also fire to be playing in the summer.
No, you get hot. You start getting
because
aggravated.
in the summer you stay out longer.
Say you're losing in a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're hot. It's hot outside. You're gonna get aggravated quickly because you're losing and it's hot outside.
Yeah, but like when it's hot outside, you know what I like to do to like cool down? Get a
cool
bucket of
down
water and just dump it on your head, and you feel
but
so.
You can cool down. It's the same thing as winter. If it's snowing outside, there's your coldness right there. You don't have to pour a bucket of water on top of your head.
All right, but as you can have you ever seen a picture of somebody having fun in a winter sport? Like, look at this picture. It's a group of friends having fun on a beach during the summer playing volleyball.
Right.
Right. And they're having fun. I've never seen a picture of somebody like in the snow genuinely having fun.
We can make which is snow angels. We can make snowmans. We can decorate them and everything.
In the sand.
You really can't. It's
but
not
you
as,
really can't.
It's not as stiff as snow in the winter.
Like you can't get buried in the sand, like in the snow, like you can in the sand.
You can if you could tolerate it.
It hurts.
Yes, if you could tolerate it, you can. But also,
who could tolerate it?
I don't know, but if you being buried underneath sand, you can like sand I don't like having sand everywhere on me. That's just like no, especially
the
in my
only
shoes
downfall
and stuff like
about sand is just when you go home, you have to get it out.
Exactly.
But other way, sand is like fire. Like imagine your sand like going on your feet and stuff.
No.
It's just so
and then you gotta
relaxing.
carry that in the car. Who's doing that?
Vacuum the car.
That's extra work when you could just not go to the beach.
Why
then you wouldn't
wouldn't
have
you want
extra
to
work
go
to
to the
do.
beach? Why wouldn't you want to go to the beach though?
For that reason, the sand.
Just for the sand?
Just for the sand.
Like, have you ever fell asleep on the beach?
No.
Oh, you're missing
I don't
out.
like being outside.
Oh,
It be too
wow.
many people outside during the summer, and I don't really like people for real, so that's why I like winter also.
Yeah, I think you need to change.
What you mean? Everybody try to be outside during the summer, and I just like,
Because
no.
summer is that time of the year where you need to go out with friends, spend a lot of time
You
outside.
can do that in the winter too.
Yeah, but in the winter, I'm inside sleeping all day.
And then during the summer, I'm sleeping too. I don't.
And that makes me miserable, I'm not gonna lie. If I stay home in the winter and I like just sit there all day, you know, watching TV and sleeping most of the day, I get bored and I start to get upset because I'm over here around my little brother and he's over here annoying me. Then sometimes I just need to go outside and get fresh air, you know?
You could do that in the winter. In the winter is better. You can get fresh air out there because you know it's cold. You're breathing in cold air and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you go
and
outside.
it will last like 2 minutes.
No, bro, you breathing in hot air, bro.
It will last like 2 minutes. I could walk outside to get fresh air in the winter. I'll be cold in like 2 minutes. Like, up back inside.
You don't be suffocating when you go outside and just smell hot air.
Nope.
That's just like somebody breathing their hot breath in your face. It just don't stink. That's the difference.
I don't see that. Especially in the winter or in the summer where like outside you get that nice breeze and smell the flowers, you know? But anyways, so that's all the time we have for today, and this is Let's Be Real Season 2, and I hope you all have a great day.
5, 4, 3.
Hey everybody, my name is Amir. This is another episode on Let's Be Real, and I am here with
Seth.
Okay, so basically in this episode we will all be doing debates about different topics. Starting off, we have, will the expanded use of AI be good for humanity? What do you think, Seth?
I think it would be detrimental, has a lot of impact on jobs, on a bunch of different fields.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, we actually have a picture so you guys get a preview of what AI sometimes looks like. This is AI. Basically, it means artificial intelligence, you know, AI. But how will it benefit us? Because, how will it not benefit us? Because I'm with yes. I want more AI.
It takes a lot of jobs away, and it takes work from artists when it creates the pools for the data.
Okay.
What do you have for how it is benefit?
I mean, I see it as beneficial. Actually, I do have some stats. 5,486 fatal work injuries were just in 2022. That's real life humans that's been injured. Some has been killed. I personally think the hardest jobs, the most dangerous ones, are the transportation jobs. Imagine if we could have robots working for us. Not necessarily working for us. We have operators behind it. So people will have a job, but it's more safer, you know?
Yeah. But it's also taking a lot of job opportunities away.
I get what you're saying. You know, I can see how it may be hard for people that's not necessarily used to technology, you know? But, I mean, robots can replace human soldiers in war possibly. We really build them like that. Think about it. It's necessarily like a game, so we're not using real lives. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
It ends up still using soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how it would work in the situation. Going back to jobs, we have a picture of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I think my biggest thing is that a robot can do something humans can, and that is react not off of emotion but actual coding. You know, so you say take jobs away, which I understand, but really now we don't have to worry. Now we don't have to worry about electricians getting their math wrong and just the risk, the risk of actually being in those tall buildings. Knows the picture.
So the picture is showing the AI replacing the workers and the workers being fired.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a concern with it.
Okay, I get you. I see that. He is holding his stuff out. But how come you think it'll be hard for these people to find another job?
If it takes up a whole field, it takes a lot of opportunities away.
which I understand, but with AI, generally speaking, we have created many opportunities with generational wealth from as simple as recording with a camera and uploading. Like, it has already opened so many other opportunities. I feel like we shouldn't just think about the jobs that are in front. Think about it, the more technology we make, we're gonna need people to create the machines at least. So I feel like there's still some jobs there. You know, I don't necessarily get it, but I just feel like robots should replace human work. Yeah. Not overall, but the majority, yes. You know, like nurses, or I think at least having an assistant robot would be cool. And like, they could be, I forgot what it's called, but as a little buddy, like, you know, when you're mentally down, you got something there at least with you. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, how do you feel about that?
I think there's upsides, but sort of concerns with that.
Okay. So do you believe we can be brainwashed by AI at all?
I don't think that's likely because a lot of it's trained off what already exists. So at least at the moment.
Okay. And going back to when I said AI can be used for wars, there could be like a little hacking or something where a system is messed up. But as of right now, I really don't want to see like more humans dying at least. So I feel like we can build that technology. Of course, it's going to be expensive and costly, but it will be worth it over time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, like, let us know what you guys think, who's the winner of this. Personally, I say AIs, we need more AIs. But yeah, that'll be all. I'm your host, excuse me. My name is Amir with my guest, Seth, on should AIs replace humans' work, which I agree, yes. So yeah, that's all for this episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to another one of these debates, and I'm here with
China.
All right. So China, how do you feel about social media?
I think it's a good invention, but maybe the persons have this, a little bad way, because the social media is a good tools for communicate, for know a new persons from other parts in the world. But maybe, in my opinion, this can be the persons, make the persons a little antisocial, because the interactions in person is more limited.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's less communication going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's more. I'm just gonna say it. That's what texting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think needs to be done for those who need proper communication instead of the social media?
Well, maybe
for most people.
Maybe leave the phone, because the persons now use the phone for communicate every time.
Yeah, honestly, to me, that is something that's happened more, because I've been seeing everybody on their phones every single day that I go to school personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I think there needs to be more like more physical talking and less texting.
Yeah, especially that, I think the persons, take this with calm, because that be a little dangerous for this society, because the humans is a race, social, but we need communicate in persons with other people.
Yeah, and we also need that to get better with understanding ourselves too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and not just typing in, typing in words.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, to help us speak.
Yeah, especially that.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you might want to say about this?
I don't know. Maybe every person have a opportunity for communicate with other persons. I think it's just try for take new friends or new opportunities for communicate with a new people in your space.
Yeah, and also in some cases social media can be helpful when you try to talk with people you don't know about, because one, it's a little bit easier to do it like if you want to meet somebody new, right? If you try to text that person that you're new to, it could be a little easier to introduce yourself, because they're not really hurting you with what they say. It's just more of texting that really gives you, I think, a higher level of getting a chance at just texting people, but to most people it's kind of like talking, because there's one thing that texting and talking have in common. They both say words, but the main difference is that us humans are used to just talking with our mouths instead of texting all the time. Well, for most people anyway. I don't really know if there are other people out there that do the opposite or the same thing, but that is, I guess, one advantage to that. But a disadvantage is that there's literally less talking among other people, like talking face to face, like that kind of stuff is just not happening to most people anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think today the persons prefer talking, from the screen and with, the keyboard. Then use the mouse or, sit in the front with other person like us. Yeah, I think it's now a little problem, but maybe that can, grow up.
Yeah, well, guys, I'm afraid that's all I think that's all the time. I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching our debate. And yeah, I think that just talking to people is a little bit better. See you next time.
Hey everyone, this is the Let's Be Real talk show, and I'm Daniela, and I'm here with
Tiana.
So today we're going to be answering the question, is privacy more important than national security? So what are your thoughts?
I think privacy is more important than, national security? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. But I think that privacy is better than national security because I feel like it gives people more freedom. I don't know if this is true or not, but part of human rights. I think it's part of human rights. People should be able to, have social media or have, some of those other platforms like Cash App, PayPal, and all them. And Yeah, I think you should say it because
I agree with that, that people have the right to their own privacy and obviously like having their own social medias and bank accounts and stuff like that. But I feel like privacy is important to an extent because national security sometimes has to be put over people's privacy in events of like, if someone's planning something really bad, national security. Like
burning down somebody's house?
Yeah.
Oh
they
my.
have to like know that something's gonna occur so they can prepare for it,
Yeah.
And especially like privacy, like a lot of social medias like TikTok and Instagram have been said to like collect your data. So there's a lot of that data collection that national security is kind of like concerned about from these other countries. So there kind of needs to be a balance between how much privacy one gets and how much national security looks into your privacy.
Okay, I see. But there is one thing I don't like. So I don't know if you heard, but recently, I think the beginning of this year, did you hear about that thing with Cash App?
No, could you explain?
Oh, sorry. So, so in the beginning of, I think, January, they kind of restricted certain people getting the amount of transactions. Like, I think it might have been 600. I think they might have changed it to 5,000. But for people who have, like, own businesses and all them, getting transactions back to back to back are kind of struggling currently with that because of the new rule. I think it's called the 1099KS, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like that should not be there. And I know that is part of what you're talking about, which is, what is it? National security.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So how do you feel about people who use private servers and these special end-to-end encryption locks so that national security and the government isn't able to look at what they're doing?
Excuse me? What is that?
like people will buy these things called VPNs, which are...
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah,
is that like Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it's like a private Wi-Fi server that no one can look at what you're doing. Or apparently it's no one, but it's not actually private because someone does see it at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Public schools have their own Wi-Fi thing where they can monitor everything. So in a way, kind of the private network is sort of like that. So how do you feel about that since you vouch for the privacy of people? Especially in schools, do you think it's okay for school districts to monitor what the kid's doing on the screen?
Sometimes. Yeah. But certain things, if it's just normal, if somebody was to be watching YouTube or doing their work, I feel like they shouldn't be monitoring that. But if it's something inappropriate, I get it. Inappropriate pictures, videos. Yeah, that should be moderated. But I know certain people, at my school, for example, I can literally be doing my work and my teachers can literally tap into my screen and see what work I'm doing. They're like,
yeah. I feel like there's kind of a gray area between that, you get all the privacy you want and there's someone watching over what you're doing in terms of school districts. Because obviously, and probably a lot of people in the audience can relate that they're in school and the teachers have those things where you could look at the student's screen and freeze it or make them not use their computer for a while because of what they were doing on it. So I could understand that, but kind of in a way that the government might be looking at our screens and our data and our privacy because they have to prevent any security leaks and specific data that might be very sensitive,
So what security leaks are you talking about?
So recently there's been a lot of talks about social media platforms like the ones we're showing on screen.
Are they gonna show it? Good job.
Like the ones on screen, people post millions of pictures every day. People like things all the time, comment a bunch of things. People behind the screen really turn into different people where they comment about everything. So a lot of social medias like TikTok recently has been a lot in the news about China apparently is collecting our data and like selling it and whatever because of what people do on the platform. So that's kind of like if people are doing very sensitive things that might be private to the US and China seeing it, that is seen as a national security breach. That might be kind of concerning, you know?
Yeah. I agree with that. Like stuff that's like really, oh, I didn't touch it. The stuff like really is important. Like stuff like that, I feel like should be like into national security. But like stuff like, you know how you were talking about like schools, and you know like maybe, you know how I was also talking about Cash App, PayPal, all them being restricted. I feel like that shouldn't be part of national security and the government.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but I do agree with like higher things like TikTok doing, I don't know what China doing, but they need to stop.
Yeah, it's a very complicated like topic, and like we still don't understand much about like how much of a social media can someone access and how much data are they really taking. Which brings me to my next topic about hackers, because data is collected everywhere. Each time you press a website and it asks like, do you accept the cookies? It's actually asking, do you accept us to take your data about what you're doing on the website? So yeah, something new I found out. And hackers, so this is a very public thing, accepting of the cookies, you know, hackers could easily go find your data because that's what they do, you know. They could look at websites, take your data and sell it like on the black market or something like that.
That is insane. That is so ghetto. What was I finna say?
Yeah, the cookie thing is, I finally understand when I would click accept the cookies on a website, it's actually, they're tracking like what you do. That's how sometimes Instagram knows what you were talking about earlier in the day.
Oh my God, so do they name it cookies to make it more intriguing to people? Because who sits there and click that?
Maybe to little kids, I don't know.
When I was
we'll
younger,
have to figure it out.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to press accept on the cookies. I don't know why I did that. It was so weird. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to move the table. But are we? Oh, wrap it up.
So yeah, I agree with a lot of things you said about privacy, and definitely national security like is something that needs to be talked about and maybe fixed in a way, you know, so people can have their privacy, but the country can still be safe. Yeah. And do you have any last opinions?
My opinion is I feel like both of our agreements on national security and privacy, I feel like they both play with the government. Not play, but like they both have good reasonings. So I feel like, I mean, I still am on like a little bit on the privacy side, but I see more into like national security now that we're talking about it.
Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you learned something.
Bye, y'all.